Так, сейчас чат проверим.
Вот там, где...
13 Warrior TV. Всем привет.
Итак, всем привет, дорогие друзья. И мы с вами снова 13 Warrior TV и Константин. Первый стрим, к сожалению, был неудачным. Игра вылетела. Мы решили запустить новую игру. Называется Juarez Gunslinger. Пуля для старика мы проходим. Доспехи крестоносца надо открыть. Ну да, скроем, конечно. Ай, не то нажал, блин. Сейчас второй экран сделаем. Так, все, жмем Enter. И погнали.
So was the bastard you were after now riding with the cowboys?
Roscoe Bob Bryant was his name.
Oh.
But no, this time it was a different bastard I was after. The aforementioned Mr. Ringo. And yes, he was working for Old Man Clown. Where's he going? I came upon them robbing a stagecoach, which wasn't surprising, being they were such murderous thieves and bastards. The bandits wore red scarves, so I knew they worked for the old man. Over there! There! I did my best to help those poor passengers. Get out of here! Moments later, the attackers were dead, and I checked the stagecoach to see how many passengers were still breathing. None. It was then I wondered if the rocks weren't hiding more bandits. Was that all of them? Or did I just hit the rear guard? I quickly got my answer. They attacked from on high like Apaches often do.
Да еб... Блин, нажал же увернуться, блин. Да ну уворачивайся ты, ёб...
They would appear in great numbers from above and rain down lead on their hapless enemies' heads. Making use of the high ground, or whatever else they had. Yep, the Apaches always appeared out of nowhere, and there never seemed to be an end to it.
Hold on. Were you attacked by Apaches? What happened to the
Да ну блин.
cowboys?
Did I say they were Apaches? I said Clanton's cowboys attacked me Apache style. I was in a pitched battle, but I was holding my own against an overwhelming enemy force. See, at the time, I was still pretty green and would often blunder into regrettable situations. But I just kept shooting at anything I could see up in those damn rocks. I didn't see Ringo, but I knew he was with the cowboys. He and Roscoe Bob had done me a dreadful wrong, and I was determined to have my revenge. But to get to Ringo, I knew I'd have to fight my way past these other assholes first. Unfortunately, I was running out of ammo.
Закончились патроны.
Another perfect example of my relative inexperience as a hunter of men. I immediately knew that a tactical retreat was called for, as my vengeful fury was much less impressive without the bullets to back it up. Finally, they managed to corner me. Trapped as I was, the odds of my survival seemed pretty slim. Luckily, Serendipity was on my side as I suddenly spotted a way out of my predicament.
Все, помчали.
I ran ahead as if the devil himself was after me. Bullets were whizzing by my ears, but I wasn't about to roll over and die.
Да.
I just kept running like there was no tomorrow. Because there wouldn't be if Clanton and his men caught up with me. As I was scurrying around those caves, I thought, what was I thinking? Going up against a gang like this. I just kept running, not knowing where the hell I was going. That's when something miraculous happened. Like manna from heaven, I found the desiccated remains of what looked like an Apache warrior. The old weapon next to him supplied me with some much-needed ammunition. That Masterson once told me it was more important to be lucky than good, and he would know.
Так, куда дальше? Я не помню, куда дальше идти. Но явно не вниз. Что там? Пропаду.
And imagine my surprise when I found a fistful of dynamite to go along with that ammo.
4, чтобы выбрать динамит.
That stroke of good fortune evened the odds and bolstered my confidence. It was time to turn the tables. Time for the prey to become the predator. Time for the hunted to become the hunter. Time.
All right, Jesus, we get it. They were right where you wanted them.
That's right.
Да на, блин, зараза.
I was done running. And the old man's boys were not expecting that. No, sir.
Есть.
I came at them like a wildcat. My fury knew no bounds.
Так, бегуна бахнул. Так, откройте навыки. Ну давайте навыки откроем, дорогие друзья. Так, нам нужно нажать Г. Не вижу нифига, где-то Г. Вот оно. Так, окей. Так, что нам нужно? Здесь что, мы все открыли, что ли, получается? Так, стрельба с 2 рук. Это первый навык. Ладно, это нам нужно будет. Так, второе, сконцентрирован. Это что, быстрая перезарядка револьвера. Тут по порядку надо, тут не очереди не откроешь, ладно. Так, раскаленный стол, меткий стрелок. Да. Повышенная, да. Забираем. Так, все. Так, тут больше нету. Ну все тогда. Так, все, мы открыли, все. Погнали дальше. Так, бахнули еще одного. Так, а патронов у нас нету, да? Фигово.
It was finally time for that old man to pay for his sins.
О, сейчас этот пулеметчик будет, блин. Клентон.
I yelled out at the top of my lungs, Clanton, I'm coming for you! A little stealth might have made more sense, to be perfectly honest. Because that old fool had a Gatling gun and enough bullets to last him till kingdom come. And I knew I could not let that deter me. Not if I was to find and kill Ringo.
Лего на что играл?
I needed to get that old man
Мы с
off
малым
that
вдвоем
gun.
просто его проходим. Олег, у нас никогда не вылетал вот этот первый раз, который вылетел у нас. Да, надо до него добраться. А там спрятаться негде. О, самородок истины.
Most everyone thought it was the Ruales who had come up against him in Guadalupe Canyon. But it was just me.
Don't let that some bitch get away with that!
Там развернулся. Так, теперь что нам надо? Так, джип динамит. Так, где старикан-то этот? Вон тут возвращается как-то.
Damn contraption, damned to death! Stop your hiding from me!
Забодал меня. Уже не помню, с какой стороны я его обходил.
Most everyone thought it was the Ruales who had come up against him in Guadalupe Canyon. But it was just me.
Да твою мать, этот козел меня отвлек, а! Смотри, сегодня что-то день какой-то непрущий, блин. Да давай уже пошли, блин. На, скотина.
Макс 75. Это сюжетка.
Да, сюжетка. О, подал. На, сволочь. Держи, пошел гранату. Все.
Apparently, one of the cowboys made it out of there alive. and told Ike and Billy Clanton that it wasn't a Mexican who took their father's life that day. They just assumed it was one of the Earps. And that little misunderstanding eventually led to that legendary gunfight at the OK Corral.
Нет, дуэли не будет, все. Контрольная точка пройдена. Да, сейчас подлинности один только самородок нашли, но это не беда. Продолжить. Перестрелка у лесопилки.
A few weeks after that dust up at the OK Corral, I was still after Johnny Ringo. I had tracked him and the cowboys to their hideout at a sawmill, and they were loaded for bear.
Во. А теперь есть два пекаля.
So, what exactly did Johnny Ringo do to piss you off?
Well, him and that other bastard.
Roscoe Bob Bryant?
Yep.
Сейчас этот эпизод пройду, если время останется, мы запустим ЕЦ еще.
But first I need to tell you about the Cowboys' new boss, Curly Bill Brocious.
Herb's coming!
Get ready, boys.
Somebody kill him!
Bill took charge of the Cowboys upon the old man's demise. And after that gunfight at the OK Corral, the Clantons wanted revenge.
Макс 75. Это лайки?
Это бывает, да, в этой игре. Ну, старую добрую винтовку.
So they murdered Morgan Earp and grievously wounded his older brother, Virgil. Wyatt and Doc went on what became known as the Vendetta Run, hunting those outlaws down. So when I showed up, that's who they thought I was.
Да, блин, долбаный винтовочник. Все есть. Так, патрончики собрали.
Макс 75. А сын любит ЕЦ.
Сын АТМ играет. Так, вот тут что-то надо сделать сейчас. Куда-то попасть. Или просто мимо пройти. Я же говорю, надо просто отойти в сторону. Первая ловушка была.
That's how the Cowboys identified each other. And I was beginning to wish I had one myself. But I wasn't about to let Ringo walk away unscathed. And that's what drove me forward.
They say that Ringo was infernally fast.
I hardly saw anyone faster, boy. Certainly not Wyatt Earp. That man was all hat and no cap.
патроны. Патроны это хорошо. Так, где вы есть?
Somebody kill him!
Herb wasn't much of a match for him. But Doc Holliday might have taken him.
That Lunger should have kept his nose out of it. They never charged anyone for the murder of Morgan Earl.
But everybody knew that Curly shot him in the back.
Да
That
они
was
сейчас сами
common knowledge.
разрушатся. Так вот отсюда.
Yeah, maybe so. But Ringo had nothing to do with it. He was just being loyal
По этой
to a
стороне
friend.
пойти.
Is that what you call it? Being loyal. Well, to get to that loyal friend, I had to pass by some buzzsaws as big as a man.
Сбил. Да. Так, сохранить это уже хорошо. Я сейчас это так на мосту будет их там фигово куча, блин. Иди сюда, родной. Ты иди сюда.
Excuse me, sir. I have a question.
What's that, Dwight?
After old man Clanton died, why didn't his son take over the Cowboys?
Because Ike Clanton was dumber than a box of rocks and a yellow belly to boot.
Так, патроны. Патроны это радует. Так, проберитесь во двор лесопилки и найдите курчавого Билла. Вот с ним у меня будет дуэль.
Now, where was I?
Taking down the entire cowboy gang
Динамит, это хорошо.
single-handed.
Indeed I was, Jack.
Так, контрольная точка. Тоже хорошо.
Though it wasn't easy, as those boys had good cover.
Дальше. Что ты, блин? Не говори со мной.
Do I have to do everything? Can't believe you keep missing. Yeah, you know you can't beat me.
Новый уровень мы открыли.
Макс 75. Эффект жесткие лаги.
Ну это когда этот, когда они текст читают, игра так затормаживает сама по себе. Опа, самородочек. Нажать. Да, его надо. Так, лучше... А, нам щитоносец. Лучше с крыши не отстреливаться. Вот так. Так, одного снял. Двоих снял. Ну что, ты же все равно сейчас сдохнешь. Потому что я ему сейчас динамит кину, блин.
75. Можно вопрос?
Да, давай.
There were carts everywhere, piles of lumber, and God knows what else for people to hide behind.
Так, патроны кончились.
That really was one hell of a sawmill. Quite an impressive operation.
У нас спереди будет. Ну ничего, у меня еще пистолеты есть. Да. Как столкнуло меня. Вот патрон. Да залазь ты, ёп.
Макс 75. Твой сын любит ешь.
Нет, он этот American Track играет.
And where was Curly Bill? Did you see him?
I'm about to get to that, Ben. Patience. I'm painting a picture here. There was this beautiful waterfall and a crystal clear stream that led to a verdant valley that was truly...
Consider your picture painted. What happened next?
Well, finally the bastards that were still alive made a last stand.
Еще вот здесь сейчас.
Curly Bill, Johnny Ringo, and his compadres took off into the lumber yard, and I followed after.
По-моему, все, сейчас дуэль будет. Сейчас перестрелка будет, наверное, сначала, потом уже дуэль. Ну, может сначала дуэль, потом перестрелка. Курчавый Билл.
Макс 75. Америка ведь почти F.
Are you saying they ran? Cowardice was not in Ringo nor Curly Bill's nature.
No, sir. I never said they were running scared. They just wanted me out in the open.
Да, им надо было спрятаться просто.
Макс 75. Одинаковая.
Машины другие. Так, это проще. Да. Целая толпа, блин.
Макс 75. На руле играет.
Ну, я на руле играю, да, малой так играет. Сначала убил, там выпил.
Макс 75. Дуэли все.
Да, дуэль будет еще. С одного долга.
Brocious gave me no choice but to take his life. But Ringo was nowhere to be found.
I knew you didn't kill Ringo, because he was found dead in a different location altogether.
To this day, his killer is still unknown.
Indeed. Took me a few months before I finally tracked his ass to West Turkey Creek Canyon.
Сохранение, контрольная точка.
Макс 75. Ачи, как долго перестрелка?
Да не, перестрелка недолго. Главное, если с первого раза получится, Джонни Ринга.
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
Все.
Sorry I had to ruin the legend for you, boy. But the legend ain't always true.
Ну, потому что я бесчестно дерусь.
Doc Holliday had nothing to do with the death of Johnny Ringo.
Так, ну, дорогие друзья, на этом я заканчиваю стрим. Всем спасибо за внимание. Сейчас по-быстренькому сделаем ЕЦ. Катнем разочек.
I was paid a healthy
Всем
bounty
спасибо
for
за
Ringo
внимание.
and Curly Bill, and
Увидимся
realized
на
there was
следующих
real
стримах
money to be
минут
made.
через 5 примерно.
That's why I went after Henry Plummer.